everything down massively today. And are we seeing the disappointment that people were expecting a pump this week and now we're not getting it? Maybe some excitement was built in. I'm not saying it's logical that, crypto prices should rise during a big conference. I could make an argument for it, but it also doesn't surprise me that it's not happening. Keep in mind, though, the conference actually starts today. So, tomorrow and Friday are the main days. We'll see what happens. But a little history lesson for you guys. Going back to 2019, when we were in a bear market, we were super excited. For a big pump that was coming in May when consensus was happening, and we absolutely did not get it. What we actually saw is, we saw that was the last gasp of the market. And so the price had gone back up to about $10,000 right before the conference. We didn't get any kind of pump. And then after that, prices slowly went down. And before you knew it, 2 months later, we were at $6,000, kind of the standard price for the bear market. And in 2019, the 6,000, we were at most of the back half of the year. We did have the one drop down to 3,200 that occurred in December due to the hash wars between Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV. So, it kind of led to things really starting to tumble and starting to fall. So keep in mind, we could potentially be saying that.
The industry is very much right now the center of the tech scene here in Miami. I spoke to investors who have moved here recently and businesses that are taking Bitcoin for everyday payments. And it's becoming more of a status symbol and proof that you belong to this growing crypto crowd. At Freehold, that's a bar in Wynwood, the owner there says there was demand from customers to pay in Bitcoin, so they started offering it. The group, he says, tends to be younger and they tend to spend more.
I think it's a cutting edge thing. I think it's different. Just like 10 years ago when somebody would pay with a black Amex, I think like paying with Bitcoin or crypto is something new and different and eye-catching to where even the bartenders are taken aback.
People in South Florida are buying some more expensive items in crypto as well. Bob Dennison runs Dennison Yachting. He says he's sold roughly a dozen yachts so far in Bitcoin. Half of those were last year.
So there's a lot more like let's get out there and do things type of a spirit with the crypto crowd that we have. And we love that. We love seeing people take a yacht and actually go places that are really exciting instead of just hanging out at a marina.
So maybe more risk takers?
Yes, I would say younger, risk-taking, and more adventurous. Let's go do something nobody's done before.
There is one big event that's going on right now, and that is Bitcoin 2022. And that is actually why I'm not home, because I will be attending Bitcoin 2022. But, whenever there's big Bitcoin conferences like this, for whatever reason, the whales like to spoil the party. I looked at Bitcoin 2021, which was back in June of 2021, and sure enough, the same date, we saw Bitcoin and entire market come down. And I was expecting differently this year because Bitcoin obviously has a lot more traction. There's a lot more things going for the entire market. But unfortunately, it seems like the whales may be doing the same thing.
And in today's video, Bitcoin's current price, $43,683. I closed all of my current open positions last night. Didn't make it out without a loss, unfortunately. Took about a $40,000 loss over the course of the past 24 hours. A little bit of an expensive lesson to be learned there. However, it could have been much, much worse. And right now, I'm back in the market and I'm forming basically an average position size around about the levels where we currently are. And I'm going to explain exactly why I'm doing that and what I'm expecting next for Bitcoin. So, first of all, Bitcoin's price right now, currently forming a bull flag. At the bottom of the bull flag, it never feels all that bullish, does it? The amount of people that I see on Twitter, and it boggles my mind why people think like this. Bitcoin's price going down. Okay, I should sell my Bitcoin. Bitcoin's price going up. Okay, I should buy Bitcoin. No, it works opposite to that. If you're selling at the bottom, then you're taking a loss at the worst time. And if you're buying at the top, then you're buying at the worst time. And that is literally the worst way that anybody could possibly trade. So when I see everybody going, oh, Bitcoin's bearish, Bitcoin is going down, but Bitcoin isn't bearish. You can only really attribute those bearish and bullish things to time frames. So saying as a blanket statement, Bitcoin is bearish is not true. Bitcoin is bearish perhaps on a 1 to 20-minute time frame. Even then, they're really bullish right now. Bitcoin is bearish on the lowest of low time frames. On every other time frame, it's not. On every other time frame, Bitcoin is looking okay, if not quite bullish, to be honest.
And Bitcoin has dropped even further today, in line with what we said earlier in the previous videos and also yesterday in terms of the momentum indicators that were turning to the downside. However, nothing has been decided yet. So Bitcoin is staying within a certain range in which we can't really talk about a breakout into any direction. So in terms of what Bitcoin is doing here, you can see it straight away here. Bitcoin failed obviously in the last few days to break through this zone up here, this resistance zone between 47.5k and 48.3k. Up here is, for example, the 200-day moving average. That is exactly where it got rejected. It has then come down to that support level here one time and now another time. And it has managed to break through it. Did go down all the way to 43k, and I think it is currently, at least, well, it is going up certainly. We should not be fooled to think that it's now going to go up just because of that long wick. Sometimes these long wicks get filled again, and it is, for me at least, currently looking like that we are retesting. So we came down, moved up, retested the previous previous support as resistance, and it could be that this is now the move to the downside. As long as we stay below this level here at 44.2k, I think it's going to go down further. Next support will be that region of 42.6, 42.7k. And if we drop below that, I'm seriously thinking about making the previous primary scenario the current primary scenario again. And that would then indicate that it is becoming more likely to go down straight away into this target area between 20 to 29k.